Achieving your goals can be a tricky process. You might say you're gonna do something, but then you don't. And I'll try to come up with a more creative title than like the first episode of the decade. This isn't a how to achieve your goals video, but I do hope it inspires some of you in some way to work towards the goal of your own after hearing about the goals I have for myself. So we'll start with the big goals and then move into the smaller goals that'll help us make our way to the bigger ones. First up, my first big goal for the 2020s is that I want to raise $10,000 towards my favorite charity, Child's Play, and which is a goal that is entirely out of reach at this point, but I figure as the community grows each year, it'll become more and more within our reach. It's kind of like when you start a video game, you don't have the experience or the health or the items to defeat the final boss right out the gate, unless of course you're a Zelda speedrunner, in which case it takes about 26 minutes. But for the rest of us, this mentality applies and can be applied to your own goals. You gotta spend time getting the right items and the most experience points and assembling the best party you can to defeat your own final boss. Now, merch is something interesting because I've made merch before, but this year I really want to take it a lot more seriously by reinvesting any money that I make from Twitch streaming or from YouTube videos or from wherever doing this type of stuff. I want to funnel it back into making merchandise. This will create more revenue that I can then reinvest and make into more stuff and make things better overall. It's like a spend money to make money kind of thing, but any money I make from merchandise will go right back into the channel so we can have more cool stuff, so we can have nice things. 5 really big pieces of merchandise I want to make are enamel pins, lanyards, stickers, prints, and shirts. I picked these things partially because they're the types of things that I like to buy, but also because they're affordable to make, which means that they're affordable to sell. Though I will say this, whatever merchandise I do make, I want it to be the best quality I can afford. My friends over at Tasty Peach Studios taught me to never cut corners with quality, so I want to make stuff that will make our community proud. I've been toying with the idea of making videos that showcase how I edit and how I make graphics. Not really tutorials, but more like behind the scenes and showing how I edited a particular thing. So if there's a really fancy special effects thing, I can make a little how-to video of, hey, here's the breakdown of the things, and you can go into Premiere with me, and that's fun. And I can also do follow-up episodes where I review old editing techniques from the beginning of the year, like at the end of the year, and see like how I've grown as an editor and how I would do things differently to achieve a greater effect. And we can all learn a thing or two. It's kind of like how you might revisit the starting area of a video game after you've gotten some experience and items and party people, and you know what I'm saying. And like I said earlier, some of these goals are completely unattainable at this point, and there's no shame in admitting that. It's okay. Big goals can be accomplished, but they're really reached by climbing a staircase of just smaller victories and accomplishments. And the size of those smaller goals is, really up to you, and it's custom tailored to your particular journey and the achievements you wish to achieve. So with that, I'm going to leave you my top 5 goals that are just for 2020, not for like the entire decade, because you can't reach your big goals until you reach your smaller goals, because they will help you reach your bigger goals. And I'm a big believer in the Warren Buffett's 5-25 rule, and if you're not familiar with it, I'll give you a short version right now. Is what you do is you write down 25 goals that you want to achieve, like real challenging goals, real specific things. And once you have 25, you pick your top 5 out of all of those, the 5 that you want more than anything else. And then you take the other 20 and you completely forget about them. Disregard them, put them on the back burner, because those other things will distract you from the laser-like focus you need on those top 5. And I have made my list and I've whittled it down to the top 5, and that's what I'm gonna leave you with. And it's how I picked this list, and we can talk about them in the comments. But thank you for sticking with me, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Here's to a great decade. You can hang out with me on Twitch at twitch.tv/mugandplay, where I plan on staying for the foreseeable future, as much of this decade as possible, either until another platform comes out, or I stay on Twitch, or the sun burns out, or something happens in the 2020s that destroys us all. I don't know. Play it by ear. Thank you so much. I love you all. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.